Welcome back to the We Get to Do This podcast. I'm Kailee.
And I'm Jacob. This is the show for anyone chasing something hard, where we turn I have to into we get to.
With real, relatable, and resourceful conversations on business, training, recovery, wellness, and mindset. Let's get into it. Hello, listeners. We are back for a little Q&A with Kailee and Jacob Oak here. One, we haven't done a Q&A in a little bit, I don't feel like. And two, I have not seen any of these questions. So I figured it'd be kind of fun to just do a little spitball episode where both Jacob and I just answer a bunch of questions that you all have asked us. And we give our best answers to.
Yeah, these questions come from listeners, but a lot of them are from clients. We started saving questions and not just answering them right away, but saving them for the podcast. So yeah, our list has grown. So that's what I'm trying to say. You ready?
Yeah. And also, this is a good reminder as listeners of the show. One, thank you for being here. And two, feel free to always reach out with questions. And even if we don't know the answer, for example, with these, if I don't know the answer, we're pretty good at finding resources to find answers. And also remembering everyone has their own opinion. This is just Jacob and my response. My response as RN, acupuncturist, avid runner, Jacob, certified trainer, and yeah, also avid runner.
I got one thing. Kaylee
and
got
avid
like
runner.
5.
I had 2. Sorry. Should have let you introduce yourself.
It tracks. Kaylee's the baller here.
And Jacob as a very loving, adoring husband.
Yeah, that's my most important title.
Yeah.
So as we grow the show more and more as the goal here, reaching out with questions. Send us an email at wegettodotthis@gmail.com. And that's right email, right? Mm-hmm. And while you're there, please consider hitting the follow button right down below, because we're getting, on average, 50 to 100 listens. Some of them are upwards of 2. A lot of them, we've hit 3 a couple times. By a couple times, I mean like 5. But the problem with that is that our subscribers on YouTube is like 4, and our followers of the show on Spotify is like 20. So those numbers don't match up. So if you're listening and haven't followed or left a rating,
it has to be more than that, because on Apple we have over 60
reviews,
followers.
We have 60 followers on Apple.
Yeah.
On Apple. We have 60 people following the podcast on Apple. Let's go.
That's why I feel like there should be more on Spotify, because we get more listens on Spotify.
What? That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure.
I wonder if it shows. No, I thought that, I guess I'm looking at, I just typed Spotify into Spotify search bar. That's where I'm at right now. Back to the top. Oh, I see. I'm looking at the ratings. Okay, I don't know how to see how many followers we have on Spotify.
I think there's more than that.
We'll have to look into that. We have 19 ratings on Spotify.
I wish we had 60 ratings on Apple.
I'm following. How many do we have on Apple ratings?
I don't know.
Well, either way, my point of it all is that there's a lot of people listening that haven't given us a rating yet, and it helps the show a lot. So please consider doing that. Thank you very much. All right.
Can we do a little trip announcement too?
Yeah, we can. Announcements. Here we go. Kailee, take us away.
Announcement. We are hosting our first We Get to Do This run retreat. It is going to be in Sedona, Arizona in January of 2027, January 14th through 18th. It is over MLK weekend, which means a lot of people have that Monday off. So then you get a little extra flex time. So Thursday to Monday, Jacob's currently showing the Instagram post that I made. And if you go to our Instagram, which is just We Get to Do This, remember with the We Get to with the number 2, there's a form in there that you can fill out. It's an interest form. It is not a sign-up form. You're not committing to anything. I'm not asking you for money. It's just to start a list of everyone who's interested, and then we'll start sending out more details once things gets finalized about the cost and what flights we're taking, et cetera, et cetera. So go to the Instagram. We can drop the form in the show notes for today too.
Yeah, it'll be in the show notes for sure.
So you can check that as well. But there's more details on the Instagram page as of right now, but we will be coming out with more. But it's going to be trail runs every day. We have a sick Airbnb with 5 bedrooms. It has panoramic Red Rock views. If you have not been to Sedona before, it is magical. It's a really cool place. And the awesome thing is that it's very close to Flagstaff, Arizona. So Flagstaff is more at altitude, you're in the mountains, but we potentially will do a little field trip there. We haven't decided. Or if it ends up being really cold for some reason in Sedona, Phoenix is also not that far away. So we have lots of options for a lot of good trails. It's one of Jacob's and my favorite spots to go for running.
If you are someone listening right now, because I've been asked this a couple times, and you are a road runner, quote unquote, and not a trail runner, quote unquote, you'll be fine. I promise.
Yeah.
There'll be many options. We will do very safe things. We'll make sure you're comfortable. It's going to be a blast. We're going to do a call before we leave so everyone can kind of get to know each other. Actually, Paul and Julie are insisting on us hosting in person at their house before we leave so everyone can get to know each other a little bit. And we're going to talk about routes and plan it and whatnot a little bit together. We're leading it, but we're going to give the people going a lot of say in the distances and routes we do. So we'll come prepared with a few different options when that meeting comes and then kind of vote on it, get a vibe. I've been telling people we're trying to get the official sign up and information for the trip out this month. Is that true in August? Because,
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so more to come, but we're also going to be doing community acupuncture led by yours truly. Jacob's going to be leading some type of strength mobility session. We'll do warm-ups every day.
Because I am a certified trainer. If you didn't hear.
Jacob's very qualified to lead this.
That's it, though. I'm a certified trainer and husband.
Okay, that's... that's not what I meant. And yeah, we're gonna have really good food, and then we're gonna get a big van for everyone, unless you want to drive by yourself. There's a hot tub at the Airbnb, so stay tuned, but fill out the interest form for now, just so you can be the first to get information about the trip. We're super stoked. January 2027, first run retreat. Oh, we're gonna have some sick We Get to Do This merch. That's only gonna be for the people who come on the trip. Stay tuned.
You ready for this?
Ready.
All right. Question number 1. Odd question. Are there any shin muscles that attach like halfway up?
I should have looked at these first. Shin muscles that attach halfway up?
I had to pull my anatomy out. I'm not gonna lie, because I was wrong on this.
Is gastroc not
halfway? The only muscle that I thought of was the soleus, and that actually attaches a lot further up than you would think. So, turns out there are a few, but they're very small muscles. So
I was gonna say, there's no
I got
big
a little
muscles that
stumped. Mr. Trainer here.
That attach halfway up?
Yeah, that was a fun question. So I got to pull up my anatomy app.
Wait, what does?
It's really just the... So there is...
Learning lesson for all of us today.
What's it called? Fibula. So there's fibularis. There's a fibularis muscle complex that is made up by the fibularis longus, the fibularis brevis, and the fibularis tertius. The fibularis longus attaches at the top of your fibula and runs down to the bottom of your lateral malleolus, more like the lateral foot, more so I should say. But the fibularis brevis and the fibularis tertius, the other two muscles in that complex, do attach about halfway up the shin. So that was my learning lesson. Because I thought, when I asked this question, I was like, none? I think the soleus, though.
Is it because somebody was having pain there?
Caleb asked me it a while ago over text, and I was like, I'm going to put this.
These muscles?
This one right here. Also, the fibularis. I know this is real exciting. So if you have lateral shin pain, this could be what's causing it. It could be, maybe. That's the fibularis longus, as you can see. I got to rotate here on the screen. Boom. Just like so. So it's very deep. This isn't even showing your calf or soleus or inch, anterior, tib, any of that stuff. And then you can see the other two right there. Fib brevis attaches about halfway up. And fib tertii right there. Boom.
Tertii.
There she is. Tertii, there she is.
In all her glory. She's never been talked to until this pod.
Kailee and I don't know much is what we're trying to get across here. So don't listen to us anymore.
I don't think I've ever talked about the fibularis tertius before.
So mostly we don't talk about it a whole lot. And then this is the other one that I was like, yeah, we just learned about this one. They're very small muscles. We just don't talk about much. So it's good to get asked this and get an anatomy refresher. The other one is the extensor hallucis longus, which I recently learned how to muscle test this actually. And you do, here, Kailee, put your foot up here.
Boy, Abby's not going to like this.
We're giving away free feet pics.
Start paying people.
So when you do it, you have them flex up like so on a table and you have them pull their toe. This right here, this is it. See this? See what's going on? I'm pulling her toe. See how there's no give? It's nice lock. It's your extensor hallucis longus. And that one, I was like, oh, that's right. That one goes attached. It's more like the soleus, so it attaches kind of far up. So, yeah, hopefully that was fun.
Now we've lost all of our listeners.
Because we started a question that was kind of complex that we didn't even really know. So we got to,
Did you know that there's over 600 to 850 muscles in the body?
Yeah. Yeah, and we're supposed to know them all?
600 to 850.
No way. We know the most important ones, but we're always learning. So
thanks for that question, Caleb.
Yeah, thanks for that question, Caleb. I had to do
some research. Thanks for making me feel dumb.
Yeah. Next question. Do you like your Oura ring?
That's for you.
Is that a no? You don't like it?
I don't have an Oura ring, so
do you like my Oura ring?
I like your Oura ring.
It looks good?
I think that Oura rings can be I think any kind of tracker can be a very helpful tool when used in moderation and not to base everything in your life off of it. If you wake up in the morning and you're like, yeah, it was a pretty good night of sleep, and then you look at your Oura ring stats, your Garmin stats, and they're bad, I am guilty of this. I wear my Garmin to bed.
Yeah, you literally woke up this morning and went, babe, I got a 90 sleep score. And then you got on, you're like, I have so much energy.
Yeah, versus if I wake up and I had a 70 sleep score, even though I thought I slept well, like, yeah, it's going to be a bad day. It's going to be tough. Just kidding. I try not to do that. But I think Oura rings can be great for women specifically if you are tracking your menstrual cycle and the temperatures. Because I take my temp through something called natural cycles every day, and it's a different thermometer. And I think it'd be very nice to just have it on the ring and not have to do that and to be able to see different trends. I feel like that's what's helpful. What it's helpful for is trends.
Yeah.
You've had it for 2 years now?
Yeah, and I wore a Whoop for a while too. Yeah, I echo everything Kailee said. I like mine. I'm probably going to stop wearing it soonish. The only reason I'm still wearing it is because the subscription's only $5 compared to Whoop's is like 40, and it hasn't broke. I will not likely buy a new one when it breaks though. I feel as though I've kind of gotten what I need to out of it. It's really cool to look at, right? But I don't really do anything with the data. So I'm kind of like, you know.
Can tell oxygen, heart rate, can track your menstrual cycles, HRV. It tracks your steps, right?
Yeah. I mean, again, they're real cool things, but I don't like do anything with it. It's something I look at it every morning and I go, oh yeah. I look at my sleep score. I look at HRV. I look at my body temp and I look at my breath rate pretty consistently. But HRV I look at the most. But the thing is like, I look at it and go, cool. I don't really use it to be like, if I wake up and something's off, I don't really change anything. Every once in a while, it like predicts I'm about to get sick, like, in those situations, then I will. But if my HRV is like super high, if it's not super high for like 3 days in a row, I don't really worry about it. So I'm probably not going to get sick then. But if it like spikes up one day, maybe I'm about to get sick. I don't know. If it's really low, I'm probably already puking or sick with something, so.
Yeah, I just feel like we're in an over-tracking society these days.
Yeah.
So if you are trying to get on track with something or, figure out trends, again, I think it can be helpful. I've even thought about taking off my Garmin for this summer and only wearing it during runs. I'm not there yet, but I would like to do that at some point.
Yeah. Like I said, I think it's cool. I don't use it a whole lot. I just don't, so.
Some people love it, so.
Yeah. And again, though, I'm curious, like how much are they actually using it? Like, what are you using it for? Like, even if you get your sleep sweat, what does that mean? Like, what are you using that for? We maybe should be. That's a different, if you actually woke up every day and you did if we had sleep trackers like Garmin that wrote us AI day-to-day plans based on exactly how we recovered, that could be kind of cool. And then if you actually followed it,
yeah,
that'd be kind of cool. Because in a perfect world, again, like, yeah, if something's off of my HRV, like that's what I look at the most, or my breath rate super high. If I actually looked at that and went, okay, maybe I should take a rest day today. But again, I don't.
Or if you see,
I go off feel so much off.
If you see, okay, I've been sleeping for less than 7 hours a night for the last couple of nights, I need to change that. I think, again, that can be a good way to see, okay, I need to make some kind of change. Next question.
Let's play off of that question a little bit. What would be the protocol you'd prescribe? What would be the protocol you'd prescribe to basically recover max, in quote, each day? I know sleep is number one, but what else would you do?
I love talking about recovery. We don't really have context because I feel like recovering if you're training for 100-miler versus just recovering from life is different. But are we assuming recovering if you're in training mode?
I don't know if it really matters, does it? I mean, just talk broadly about it. What do you think?
Yeah, sleep, definitely number one, 8+ hours minimum of high quality sleep. Definitely number one. Nutrition and fueling, that would be my number two. Your body needs food in order to recover. If we are not fueling enough and giving our body enough nutrients, our bodies are just going to keep breaking down and therefore getting more tired. We're going to be at way higher risk of injury. Our menstrual cycles are going to be off and changing and irregular. So definitely fueling, and along with that, hydration. We are making sure that we are drinking enough, we're having enough electrolytes, we are flushing out our systems and giving our muscles, our tissues, our ligaments enough fluids to regenerate. What else would you say?
Yeah, I think sleep and nutrition. I mean, like all of the recovery hacks I think are cool, but if you don't have the other two, kind of figure it out. I don't know that they matter a whole lot.
It's just like if you are not eating enough or eating whole foods, but you're talking about supplements can be amazing and can definitely help enhance, but that's it. It's all of these like sauna, Normatec boots, those are just enhancements. But if you're not getting the basics down first, those things just aren't going to go nearly as far. So, I mean, I love acupuncture for recovery. I do use Normatec boots on occasion. I think those can be really helpful if you have access. Saunas, red light therapy, massage. What else do we use for recovery? I feel like we have a lot of different tools, but again, I think those are more of like once you've gotten the basics down, then we start looking at those. And if you have the time, the means, the resources to add in those tools, great. Hyperbaric chambers. What's the cold one that we did for a little bit?
Cryo.
Cryotherapy.
Yeah, I think most people, like, when people ask questions like this, a lot of times in my experience, the people asking questions like this, I almost go like, you know the answer to this. Like when people are asking me, it's almost like they are looking for a hack so that they can not fix the hard things in life that they need to fix. Runners are very good. We all are very good at, I guess, doing that. And so what I mean by that is people ask this question and they'll say, but like not sleep or nutrition. And it's because their sleep and nutrition is shit. So like if you're getting 5 hours of sleep a night, if you're doing all like a bunch of runs and you're not eating enough or you're not eating like decent foods, like none of the other stuff matters really. So, you know, I don't know. I think the answer to that's pretty blunt, to be honest with you, in my opinion, but maybe I'm just mean.
And don't try to do it all at once. All of the different recovery tools. Again, say you have your sleep and nutrition figured out and you're like, got them. You don't need to jump into 20 different recovery tools. You know, find what makes the most sense with your life right now. Recently, I've been really enjoying my acupuncture every 2 to 3 weeks and staying on top of that. I haven't been getting massage as much right now, even though I'd like to. It just hasn't been as much of a priority, but I know that acupuncture specifically makes the biggest difference for me, and go from there. And then also, it always goes back to consistency. What are you going to be doing most consistently? And that's why, again, acupuncture is what I'm consistently doing to see a difference. If you want a sauna consistently, I think that's what's most important.
Yeah. I like it.
Next question.
Hopefully I wasn't too mean. Hello, friends. Do either of you have a favorite protein powder? I've always used whey, so need to find an alternative.
Alternative to whey?
Favorite protein powders. Yeah, I would use Nutridyne. I would use the link in our bio, in our show notes below. I'll link that too. I would use Nutridyne for protein powder. That's what I like a lot. BPN, I also like a lot. Simply because I like Nick Bare, to be honest with you. I don't know what their product is. You know,
These grass-fed. But if we're not doing whey, I guess.
Yeah. No, they have a non-whey option as well. So yeah, you could use BPN for that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you? I know you have some other options though too, but I'll link Nutridyne for sure. Paleo and Daily Meal and Health Drink are all very good options, and Paleo does not have whey
from Nutridyne.
From Nutridyne.
Yeah, I mean we talked about this a while ago on the pod. I'm not a huge powder person.
Not a big powder girly.
I would be increasing my bone broth intake for protein, and like Jacob said, all the Nutridyne options, they're all third-party tested. So just make sure with any kind of supplement or protein brand, you're doing third-party tested, ideally organic. If you are doing whey, do a grass-fed type option, and just make sure there's not a ton of different fillers in there, because some protein powders can actually be hurting your body more than actually enhancing it, because your liver and kidneys need to process and break down the protein that you're putting in your body. So
can also mess with your guts.
Yeah, Nutridyne and BPN are what we typically have in our household. So we'll link that. And once you create an account with the Nutridyne link that Jake will post, you get 20% off through that link. So make sure to take advantage of that.
I'll make sure to put in the code too.
And on the topic of recovery, if you are putting in a Nutridyne order, you can get creatine, because creatine is also good for recovery and musculoskeletal health, hormones, and we use that from Nutridyne as well.
Big fan of creatine. Mm-hmm. Big fan of creatine.
And the aminos, also great for recovery.
Yeah, I do a scoop of protein powder every day, pretty much though. So kind of going back to that recovery question, I think I think most of us aren't getting enough protein. I think that it's for sure. But again, sleep and nutrition first before you do all the other things. Because I'm feeling mean today. Grr. Next question. Effect of long run on hormones. What is the effect of long run on hormones? I think that we should just, again, this is one of those questions, kind of like that recovery one where I feel like we should talk about the effect of running on hormones, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like,
not great.
Yeah. I don't know, like long run specifically, I guess 100 miles, if you go do 100 miles, something like,
I can personally tell you your hormones will be very messed up for a very long time.
Yeah. But I think that because like long runs mean different things to so many different people, like 30 minutes could be a long run for someone, and 2 hours can be a long run for someone. 5 hours could be a long run for someone. Are you running the entire time? That makes a difference. Are you taking walk breaks? What's your intensity level at? There's so much like.
What was your stress level going into the run?
Yeah,
what are you going back to after your run? What does your recovery look like after the run? Are you able to go home and eat a full meal, take a nap, get a full night's sleep that night?
Yeah. I think the best way to understand running and your hormones is this. And I know that not everyone likes this analogy. I'm going to use it anyways. If we went back in time and all you had to do was focus on eating, reproducing, and gathering food, right? Like cave human kind of time period. When you are running away from said danger, in that period, you are not going to have much of an appetite, and you're probably not going to want to reproduce. Follow me? If you are stimulated running away from something, animal, whatever it is. Runners, when they run very far and when they run a lot, chronically put themselves in that state. I think that's the best way to understand it. You are raising the heck out of your cortisol and adrenaline. Your hormones like testosterone and estrogen and human growth hormone all get out of whack. That's why strength training is so important, and sleep and nutrition, especially strength training. Like if you do heavy lifting, truly, the boost of human growth hormone and testosterone you get from that, it's awesome. And then ghrelin and leptin too. Those both get effed up. So that's why you have no appetite afterwards. But that's kind of the biggest ones that specifically that I tell runners about. But again, I'm just a certified personal trainer. So I don't get into the hormone stuff as much as but I do a little bit.
Well, and I think, a good way for women, how we can tell if our hormones are messed up is from your menstrual cycle. Are you bleeding once a month? Are you ovulating once a month? So that's a great way for us to be able to tell. But then a way for both men and women to tell how our hormones are doing is how your libido is. And after a long run, do you have a libido? And I think that can be a good way to tell where things are at.
Libido means sex drive.
Sex drive. Libido
equals
you don't
sex.
Have sex right after you run. No, if you have no sex drive, I mean, you can all test this too after you do a long run. Do you have any sex drive for that day, the next day? And
what's your hunger like? Like, so many people will be like, again, it goes back to this recovery stuff, because people will say, oh, I'm just never hungry after my long runs. I don't care. Do you want to train like at a high level? Do you want to run more? You need to eat, drink something. See, I'm a little fired up today, apparently. That's what I'm learning.
Well, that's why I even like having something as simple as chocolate milk ready to go.
Get something in, for sure. Because that again, that's the sign of how it messes with our hormones. So if you play into those things, they get worse. If you get done with a long run, effort, whatever, and you're like, yeah, I don't have any appetite. Yeah. A lot, no one does really after a long run, depending on the length again, right? The difference is, I'm not saying you need to go eat like a buffet of food, but you need to tell your body that it can return to that other state of said recovery. And you do that by doing things like getting food in it. relatively quickly afterwards. Not just not eating, because then it's like, oh, now we're really scared, really much in.
I was gonna say, you need to show your body that you're safe.
Yeah. Yeah. Kailee tipped that much better than I did.
Last question.
How many calories do you eat in a day? Last question.
Do you want to answer?
Yeah, between 4,000 to 6,000, I would say, is what I meant.
I've been meaning to do a little tracking. Jillian actually talked about carbs and a bunch of stuff at our Stride to She running camp recently, and I meant to start looking just to kind of see where I'm at. I definitely do not track at all. I probably don't do enough, though. That's something I'm working on. But that's why I got a little messed up with the marathon. But thankfully I have a certified personal trainer here and a husband who's on top of it for me. But everyone's needs are very different. And Jillian gave a stat for carbs. But I basically figured out that I should be something like between 200 to 300 carbs a day.
You were not eating enough. That's you were not eating enough.
I know. I'm saying now, even.
During that build. But it's hard. It's hard. I think that whatever you are eating right now, you could probably add 1,000 calories. And that's me talking to like the average person I work with / like comes in and sees me for the first time. I'm also not a nutritionist. So if you want a nutritionist, go find one. But that's something I'm willing to pretty blanket stay is that you likely can add 1,000 more calories of food based on the people I have worked with. And the average of those people, they're probably all eating 1,000 less than they should. Realistically, I would say.
Mine varies a lot day to day.
That's also
how I'm feeling.
That's also true. And I feel like you've gotten a lot better too. And make sure you're eating during runs and exercises.
And if you're not eating enough, that can also lead to poor sleep, stress fractures.
Reds, check out Bethany's episode. Comes out next week.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good one on bone health, and we're pretty stoked about that one.
Questions and answers.
It was good. Boom. Thanks for being here. Another Q&A. Send us in your questions. Feel free to comment on this post or DM us at any time with anything and shoot us an email. And also, we really appreciate whoever it is that's been giving us Spotify reviews in the last couple of weeks. We have definitely gotten a few more. So shout out to you. Thank you for doing that. All of it really helps. And it's kind of like a little hit for us every time I go in there and see something. So it is much appreciated. Fill out the form for Sedona if you'd like to come on our first run retreat. And stay tuned for more about that. And we will see you next time.
Thanks, everyone.
We get to do this.
That's a wrap. If you are new here, welcome. We're so glad you get to do this with us. Before you go, what's your We Get to Do This moment for the week? We'd love to hear it. Comment on this episode or email us at wegettodothis@gmail.com.
And if this episode hit for you, share it with a friend and leave us a review on whatever platform you listened on. It genuinely helps. We get to do this.